Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bina Rae if you've never been here before, but if you have, girl, welcome back. We are here for another installment of Feel Good Fridays, and I'm really excited to be back. I know the last one I posted was a couple weeks back, and today is a good one, and it is a reason why I haven't posted in a while. Excuses, okay? Excuses. We hear them all day long. We sometimes tell them all day long. Don't be trying to lie to me. We're gonna get into it today about excuses, what I've been struggling with excuses lately, and give you some tips on how to stop being so excuse happy. We need to start taking accountability and getting things done that need to be done. So we're gonna talk about excuses today, but before we get into that, my lovely mother-in-law gave me the perfect idea for a question of the week. So if you do nothing else, leave in my comment section down below what you are celebrating this week. It can literally be anything. I want to hear it in my comment section so I can be excited with you, send you some good vibes, and we can all just be living it up in the comment section. So welcome if you are new. If this is your first installment of Feel Good Fridays, buckle in because this week is gonna be a good one. Let's start with, what are some excuses that I've been giving? What are those things? Because that's the most important, because I'm here to put myself on blast so that we can all feel good together, so that we can all reevaluate the excuses that we give in our lives, because I know we all do it. And me and Ebony were working the other day, and typically we do something different for lunch because, you know, we're literally spending all of our day in the office doing everything together. So this day I was like, oh babe, like what are you gonna do for lunch? And she's like, I don't know. And then she asked me, and I was like, I don't really know what to do. She's like, why don't you go get on the Peloton? And I was like, what? I was like, I literally was stopped dead in my tracks. If you guys don't know what a Peloton is, it is a workout bike that we have literally in our garage. It is like 10 feet away from me right now in our garage. Your girl doesn't ride it, okay? I don't ride it. I need to. It makes me feel so good after, but the amount of excuses that I put towards that bike ride out there that we paid some good money for is ridiculous. I cannot stand the amount of excuses that I give myself to not work out. So going back to when Ebony asked me, she's like, why don't you go get on the Peloton? And I was like, in my head, I'm like, the hamster wheel was spinning. I'm like, what can I say to possibly get out of this? Because I don't want to ride the Peloton right now. And I couldn't think of anything. Like, I literally couldn't think of anything as to why I could not ride the Peloton on my lunch. And she's like, yeah, like just, you know, do a 15-minute ride. And then after that, you still have 15 minutes left to shower and refresh before you go back to work. I was like, damn it. I was like, she freaking got me dead in my tracks, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to act. Needless to say, I got on the Peloton. I did my 15-minute workout with Cody, and I was feeling so good. Now, you're probably wondering, why do you give yourself so many excuses to go ride the Peloton? You're gonna feel good after. You are going to lose weight if you do it consistently, and it's good for you. Girl, I don't understand either. The amount of excuses that I give myself in a day to not work out, it's always, oh, I'll do it later, or I'll do it after work, or, you know, I want to get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow and do a workout before work. Girl, the excuses are endless, and they always are going to be endless. I am the queen of justifying literally anything. I just always have a reason for what is going on in my life, and that is not good. I need to start taking more accountability for the things that I need to be doing, such as getting on this Peloton and working it out. It literally was so refreshing. Even as I was on the bike, I'm like, why do I make excuses about this? But that's why we're here, because we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into it in just a second, but I wanted to give you guys another example of how your girl is always making excuses. I told you guys, I am here to put myself on blast so that we can all learn together, so that we can all live our best true lives and an excuseless life. I don't know if that's a word, but we're gonna use it for today. Honestly, I make every excuse for filming that you can possibly think of. I'm like, oh, I haven't got my brows done, knowing damn well I have little razors in my bathroom that I can just shave down all the little extra hairs until I go get them done. Or, oh, I just started my period today, I don't feel like filming, I'm not in a good mood. Or I don't want to do my makeup, so I don't want to film. Or the list goes on and on. And it's so funny because filming is literally my happy place. And I'm like, am I self-sabotaging? What in the freaking world is going on? Now, let me introduce you guys to someone that I hold near and dear to my heart. I love her so much. I read one of her books a couple of years ago and I reread it maybe once or twice a year. I'm actually rereading it now because when your girl is making too many excuses, I remember that I have this wonderful book in my arsenal and I'm like, hey, why don't you read this book to remind yourself to not be making these excuses? So with that being said, drum roll please. Mel Robbins, you guys, she is incredible. She is the author of the 5-Second Rule. If you have not read this book, if you are an Audible book person, I literally, one day I will be sponsored by Audible. I'm just putting that into the universe now. But I am an Audible girl. I love listening to books, especially the 5-Second Rule because Mel reads it herself. Oh my God. When an author reads their book, it's just chef's kiss. So if you guys are on Audible and you have a credit for this month, I highly suggest you guys get the 5-Second Rule because it is just so uplifting, empowering, and it makes you see things in a little bit of a different way that we're going to talk about right now. Because let me tell you, it's not just me out here making excuses for myself. All of us do it, and we can all learn something from my good friend Mel Robbins because she is incredible. 5-Second Rule, the definition, and I got this from her book. It says, the moment you have an instinct to act on a goal, you must 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and physically move before your brain kills it. Let me read that again for the people in the back that weren't listening, okay? The moment you have an instinct to act on a goal, you must 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and physically, okay? Physically move before your brain kills it. Let that sink in for a second. Physically move before your brain kills it. Now, what is it, you may ask? Literally anything. Getting up in the morning, getting on my Peloton when I know I need to, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I go straight to my garage door, I put on my shoes and I get on the bike. Instead of like, oh, I'm gonna work out today. Oh yeah, like I have time right now, but I'm gonna do it later. The couple of functions that our brain does have is one, to keep us from doing things that are gonna put us in harm's way, okay? Like, yes, I should listen to my brain when it tells me not to go play on the freeway. Absolutely, definitely don't do that. You probably will die. However, on the other side of that, when I'm like, oh, standing in my refrigerator, okay? Standing in my fridge and there is an iced coffee option when I'm feeling low energy, or I can get an Alani, which is those little energy drinks. It's 15 calories or no calories. And I'm like, I should probably have the Alani instead of having more sugar, right? That sounds logical. Now, if I wait longer than 5 seconds, my brain is gonna convince me that I want an iced coffee, because your girl always wants iced coffee. Even if it's cold outside, I'm still getting an iced coffee. So that is what our brain does when we give it time to think. So instead of giving ourselves time to curate these excuses, kind of like when Ebony caught me off guard and was like, oh, why don't you go get on the Peloton? At lunchtime, I didn't have enough time to think of an excuse. So I didn't intentionally do it, but I pretty much had a little 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 moment, and I took my ass and I got on the Peloton. And I was so happy afterward. And that's the thing, when you're trying to change your life for the better and you're trying to do things that will genuinely get you further in life, get you closer to your goals, your brain is gonna say, stay in the comfort zone, stay in the comfort zone, because anything outside of the comfort zone, now we're like, ooh, I'm getting a little nervous, this feels uncomfortable, this is not what we normally do. Like, no, I don't know, excuse, 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 instead of, hey, I want to change my life. I need to get on the Peloton 4 to 5 times a week. And when I schedule it in for myself, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go get on that Peloton. Don't give yourself a second. Literally, you count down from 5 instead of saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What comes after 5? 6. And then 7. And now our brain's telling us why we should get the iced coffee instead of the low calorie energy drink. Now our brain's telling us why we don't need to go work out. And now we're at 10, and now we're like, you know what, never mind. I'm not gonna do it. Do you see the difference in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 blast off? In the book, she talks about how she saw a rocket blast off. And that was kind of her thing. This rule is life-changing, and even just making this video right now, I'm so excited because now I'm putting a video out there. I am reaching towards my goals. I am making the video. I'm not giving myself an excuse, yet another excuse as to why I can't film this video. I'm trying to get you guys to understand that this 5-second rule, it may seem silly. You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to say it out loud. Just in your head, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and make that change. Get out of bed, drink more water, get on your treadmill, get on your exercise bike, go on a walk, get outside. Literally anything that you want to do in life, if you just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 it will change for you. I'm telling you guys. The excuses are going to be endless. You can literally excuse yourself from anything that you don't really want to do because you don't want to do it. And you're making these excuses because you don't want to tell yourself, oh, I just don't want to do that. You're like, oh, but I need to do this and I need to do this. So you seem so much more busy. And then you're like, oh, I don't actually have time for that. Instead of being honest with yourself and being like, I'm not making this a priority, and giving yourself that excuse. So let's stop the excuses and let's talk about something else that really helped me kind of make the shift and really focus on myself. And that's so important because there's so many things that are in the outside world that can consume our time. Protecting your energy is so important. So this was a way, and I'm getting back into it now. I am loving every second of it. Writing everything down. Write it down. Don't be afraid to write it down. I already know why you're afraid to write it down, because you don't want to hold yourself accountable. Trust me, I know. I have all the excuses in the book. I have all of the reasons in the book as to why I can't write something down. But again, going back to, what I've done for myself, I literally manifested Ebony and I's first apartment by writing it down. I remember I would write it every single day. I was like, we're gonna live at these apartments. We're gonna move out on this, around this time. We're gonna do this. And it all came true. It was such a beautiful experience. And I'm so happy that now I get to look back on those notebooks, because I definitely still have them. And I see, and I'm like, oh my God, I did that. I manifested that because I was sitting down, taking time for myself, shutting everything else out, and writing on paper what I wanted out of life. And your girl got it. So now it's time for all of us to do that again. So if you guys have a planner, if you don't have a planner, if you like to do digital stuff, I like to physically write stuff down. I'm very old school in that way. It just makes me feel different, and I can kind of see my progression when I have a book. So I have 2 different planners. I have one YouTube planner, and then I have another life goal oriented planner. If you guys want to know more about that one, I can definitely talk to you guys about it, but only if you guys want to know. That one is such a detailed book. It's 12 weeks, and I am excited to see where I'm at the end of this 12 weeks, because we're not making excuses anymore, because we are doing the 5-second rule, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to a better life. You guys, we can do this. I know that I'm going to be able to do it, because you have to speak positive stuff into the universe about whatever it is that you want. Okay, that's another thing. Make sure that once you set a goal for yourself, or once you tell yourself, hey, like, I'm going to do this, no negative energy goes towards that goal. You are working on it. It's a goal for a reason. don't give yourself excuses and don't give any negative energy to it. I'm doing it with you guys so you guys feel supported, so that you guys feel good. That is the whole point of this video. Feel Good Fridays, to feel good about the decisions you're making, to feel good about the energy that you are receiving from me. Okay, I'm sending y'all all the positive vibes that I possibly can. I hope you guys are, you know, having good vibes while watching this video. And if you came into this video with bad vibes, that's okay. Hopefully your mind is clear now. Hopefully you have the momentum to go write down your goals. That's literally what I'm doing tonight after this video. I'm writing down my goals and I'm gonna make those goals a reality for me because I owe it to myself. And I just want a better life for me, my partner, my life, just in general. I know that we can all make this happen. So, moral of today's story, no more excuses, you guys. Using the 5-second rule, we're going to wake up early, we are going to drink more water, we're gonna work out, and all the other things that come with that, you guys. I believe in you, and I'm excited to see all the progress. Do not forget to leave me your celebratory moment for this week. What are you celebrating? I wanna know. Please leave it down in the comment section below. When I post a video, I will have a pinned comment of what I'm celebrating this week. And I'm excited for you guys to see it. So make sure you guys subscribe before you leave. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you guys are enjoying this Feel Good Friday segment on my channel. I really hope you guys are enjoying it because your girl is loving it. Anyways, you guys, I love you guys so much. Please make sure you subscribe before you go so the next time I upload a video, I can see your beautiful face and you can see mine. I love you guys and I will see you in my next video. Bye.